Yes guys, what is happening? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to do cars between £0 and £5,000. What I think you should maybe get, or what, this is probably going to be my personal opinion, so some of you may not agree with this, some of you might go, you know what, that's actually a good idea, I'm going to look at these. So I'm just going to go through a quick 5, maybe 10, I'm not too sure where we're going to go with this. So yeah, what we're going to do, get the Mac out, and then I've already wrote some bits and bobs down, so some bit of research, so we'll go through the top 5, maybe top 10 cars that I'm thinking of. And yeah, let me know what you think of this kind of video. If you enjoyed it, I could do a couple more, like cheapest 400 brake car to get, or 10 grand to 20 grand, or 50 grand to 100. So let me know what you think. So I've got the cheeky Mac, and we're just going to go through a couple of cars, couple of manufacturers, different kind of vehicles, turbos, naturally aspirated, maybe even supercharged. So yeah, I'm just going to go through a couple of them. Let me know what you think of the video, if you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, because it helps out so much you wouldn't believe. So yeah, let's get the Mac fired up, and let's get to it. So let's go. Right then, so Mac is up and running. We are off to the first vehicle, and obviously this is in no particular order. I love every single car, so it's probably just how I feel on the day, what I'd probably buy or whatever. So as we were in a Megane anyway, I thought we might as well go to the older generation, and we'll go straight into the R26. So what I'm going to do now is insert a couple of pictures of the R26. I don't know how it works about like copyright if I get someone's video, because I was going to try and get snippets of different vehicles and stuff and like add it into the video, but I don't know how that works about copyright, because I think you can get copyright strikes. I know you can off music and stuff, so I was a bit unsure. So if anyone can comment down below and let me know how that works, I could try and do it on the next video. But what I'm going to do now is just insert some clips of the Megane R26. So basically it's a 2-litre petrol engine with a turbo, so it's pretty much, I do believe it's the same engine as the Megane, but it's just a couple of auxiliary bits are a bit different, and I think it's a turbo. I think they're pretty much the same. Like this one's the Megane that I'm in, the 250 is 250 brake, but the R26 engine power, 225 brake, torque is pretty much similar, 221 pounds-foot of torque, which is exactly the same as, it's not the same as the Megane I'm in now, but the Megane's 250 brake and around 250 pound-foot of torque, so it's very similar. 0 to 60, 6.5 seconds. It's not going to be the fastest 0 to 60 car, because it's just front wheel drive. This Megane, same thing, 7 seconds, 0 to 60. But when it's going and when it's in the corners, it is a very good car. So top speed 147 miles an hour. It's obviously a 4-cylinder, 2-litre 4-cylinder, 16 valve. Comes with climate control armrest, radio, electric windows, all the kind of decent stuff. It's not, I wouldn't say it's massively outdated, but it's just obviously an older car, so it's not going to look as good as the newer stuff. And I think some people will actually want to know this. So the minimum curb weight is 1,345 kilograms. So what we'll do a little comparison to see if it's like heavier or lighter than the cars that I'm going to compare it with. So yeah, that's that. Running costs, let's have a look at running costs. Fuel consumption around 24 miles per gallon, that's urban. Extra urban is 40 miles per gallon, so that's probably like on the motorway when you're going to be like not even touching the throttle. And the annual tax is £300 a year, and the insurance group is a 34E. So I don't think that's going to be mad to insure. I think it's just going to be, they're all going to be around the same kind of range for obviously the vehicle. So yeah, what we'll do with the R26R, and these roughly price a range between, I'd say you could probably get an untidy one, probably with a couple of issues, probably from starting around 2.5 grand, I think. I've got one here, and it's up for 4,490. 5 owners, 74,000 miles. So it's not even that bad really. When you think of probably the age of the vehicle, it is a 2007 and it's done 74,000 miles, which isn't bad at all really. So for 4.5 grand, I don't think that's bad. I think that is going to be a really good motor if you want to track it. These chassis and that are to die for, so guessing it could be something that might interest you with the, if you get the cut pack, and it's got the better Brembos and it will have the LSD, and I think there's good tuning capabilities. I think you can get to like 270, 280 brake, I think, without like obviously major engine work. So yeah, that's that. Let's move on to number 2. Right then guys, now we're on to vehicle number 2. I actually really like these cars. Who knows, may even get one in the future. But at this moment in time, you can get them pretty decent prices. I do think they are going to climb their way up, because they are getting to that point where there's getting less of them on the road, and they are quite, the tuning capabilities on these are absolutely mad. You might have to probably spend double what the car's worth to get the power out of them, but that's my personal opinion anyway. That's without further ado, let's forget what I'm thinking. Here's a Honda Civic EP3 Type R. Absolutely sick. Everyone loves. I've never been in a VTEC before, so I do want to experience VTEC power. So there's no turbo, there's no supercharger, there's nothing. It's just a 2 litre. So yeah, you can pick up one of these for silly money, man. These are silly money. You will get a really good example for about 5 grand. You probably get an absolute minter for 5 grand with low mileage, but most of them you probably get for about 3,000. You get one for about 3,000 with about 100k on, I think, something like that. So yeah, it's a 2 litre naturally aspirated with VTEC. There's one here, obviously included pictures, 105,000 for 4,850. Let's do some specification just to see the kind of power figures we're working with. So 0 to 60, 6.8 seconds, so it's like 3 seconds slower than the Megane. It has got engine power, 197 brake horsepower, and obviously the pounds-foot of torque is a lot less. It's 145 pounds-foot of torque. So whereas the Megane's got like 220, this has only got 145. Top speed 146 miles an hour. Not that you'll be able to use that in the UK unless you're going to Germany. 4-cylinder, 16 valve. We'll go to dimensions, and it is 1,004 kilograms, so it is a bit lighter. I don't think it's much lighter than the Megane, but yep. And these are supposed to be absolutely mad handling cars, and they do look pretty nice inside. You can get some with the red Recaros and the red carpets and stuff, which I think are really nice inside. Stick yourself a decent head unit in there, like an Apple CarPlay head unit, and I think you'll be right away. I do actually really love these cars, but I just think the 197 brake, I just don't think I could deal with it, because I'd be like, when's boost going to kick in? So I would be looking at either turbo or supercharging, and you can get these to like, yeah, I think you can go 500 brake, 500 brake without like forging and doing like, you might have to obviously do the clutch if your clutch has been bashed to hell, but I think you can literally sit these on the limiter, which is what they're renowned for. So good quality, reliability, that's the one that I was looking for. Reliability is supposed to be absolutely unreal on these. You can give them death when driving them, and they're supposed to be quite reliable. So yeah, that there is number 2. Let's go to running costs. Come on, running costs. So fuel consumption 23 miles per gallon, and on the motorway you're looking at 40. Yes, the tax seems to be a bit more, £325, and the insurance group is around the same. It's a 34E. So yeah, that is a front wheel drive EP3. do love them. So yeah, that is number 2. Let's get on to number 3. Right then, so here we are with number 3. This is my old heart. As I thought, top 5 for under 5 grand, I'm going with a Vauxhall Astra VXR. I think for the money, the looks, the power you can get out of them, that they've got to be in there. You're talking from, I sold mine for 3,200 and mine needed a bit of work doing to it. It did have like 70,000, but yeah, you can pick up a decent one. 5 grand, you could pick up a pretty good one, to be fair. I think you could get a really good example Astra for 5 grand. It's a 2 litre turbocharged, 4-cylinder. Let's have a look. So performance 0 to 60 6.2 seconds, so they reckon it's slightly faster than the Megane. Top speed 152 miles. I had to put it in there. I think it is an unreal fun car. Like the mod you can do to it, the looks, the power. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but the way it sounds and drives, it's just such a good. It's not the best, but it's just, I don't know. If you own one and you're watching this, you'll understand. It is a Vauxhall Astra VXR. You can get these pretty cheap now. They are getting, unfortunately, they're getting absolutely bashed and abused. So they're just bringing the price down on them because obviously people are battering them, then selling them on. So you can get them pretty cheap now. You can get one probably about as cheap as 2 grand, obviously depending on what's been done to it. So you're looking with 2 to potentially 10 grand, obviously for a Minter, high modified, immaculate one. So it's a 2 litre, 4-cylinder, turbocharged engine. Keep hydrated, folks. Keep hydrated. It is hot out here, especially in the car. I can't even go for a drive and like talk to you and tell you stuff because it's we're on lockdown. So yeah, it is a specification. Let's have a look. It is 0 to 60 6.2 seconds, so it is slightly faster at pulling off, but I think front wheel drive cars, I don't think that should be your priority, pulling off. 152 miles an hour top speed. Engine power, 237 brake with 236 pounds-foot of torque, so it's very similar kind of figures. So I think that and the R26 Megane would be pretty close. I think the Astra will be slightly faster. Actually, let's have a look at the. See, it weighs 1,425 kilograms, so it is slightly on the heavier side of cars. But right then, so let's get on to car number 4. What we have here, you may or may not have heard of this. They are pretty rare, and I mean there is hardly any on the roads nowadays, and especially on Auto Trader for sale there is none. But there's actually one. It's a Seat Ibiza Cupra. Well, as it says here, Seat Ibiza 1.8 20 valve turbo Cupra 3-door. I actually had one of these, and this is probably the one reason why I was mad into cars, because my friend actually had one of these when I was growing up, and I went out in it and I was like, oh my god, this thing is unbelievable, especially being a young kid in a fast car. It's like, wow, what the hell. These are pretty rare now. You can get them under 5 grand. This one here that I found is 3,500. It's got 114,000 miles on it, so yeah, you will be looking kind of high mileage for a car like this. Roughly, I think the one I had was 2007, so I think it's around that era you'll be looking. To look at, I don't think they're not the best looking hot hatch, but you can do a couple of subtle little mods to them and they definitely look sleeperish, so you wouldn't expect it to be as good as it is. The one that I had, that was obviously the lad that I mentioned just, it was so like was sleeperish. It was all blacked out, black wheels, black bodywork, and then it had a Miltech exhaust system. It was mapped, so it was like, I think it was 247 brake, and the sound, it sounds unreal. Them 1.8 turbos are absolutely unreal. So let's go through the specification. 0 to 60 7.3 seconds, so yeah, not the fastest. Obviously what I went in, it was mapped, so it was quite beefy, to be fair. So 0 to 60 7.3, so it's probably one of the slower ones that I've mentioned today. 142 miles an hour, 4 cylinders, 20 valves, engine power, 178 brake, so yeah, it's, and 181 pounds-foot of torque, so yeah, again, it's not going to be the most powerful, but dimensions, it is 1,177 kilograms, so it's a lot lighter than some of the other vehicles. So yeah, what you lose out in power, you might gain in weight. So yeah, that's not too bad. I did actually love that car and the brakes on it. I think there might be 2-piece Brembos, what you get on the Megane and stuff. So they are definitely good stopping power with good brakes, with good disc and pads. So yeah, let's get on to number 5. Right then, what we have for 5, we have a Ford Fiesta ST. I think it's the Mark 6, the bubble shape. I can't believe the price of these. These are so cheap. It is mad. Well, £2,300. It's got 100,000 miles, but this one looks absolutely immaculate. They are not the fastest things, granted. I just think they're nice cars. I think they're really nice cars for the money, and I think the reliability on these is supposed to be pretty good, to be fair, as well. So you don't get many issues with them, but it's probably not the best hot hatch, like, but I think they are pretty decent cars for a clean, sporty little hot hatch for the price. These are mint. This one here is like, I can get 1,500 quid. I think you could get one for. So from 1,500 to 5 grand, you could get an absolute minter, I'm guessing. 0 to 60 7.9 seconds, so one of the slower vehicles. Top speed 129 miles an hour. Yet again, 4 cylinder, 16 valves, engine power, 148 brake with 140 pounds-foot of torque. So that is one of the slower cars today. I do know you can actually, there is tuning companies that can turbo these and supercharge them, but yet again, you're probably talking like 4, 5, 6 grand to get 300-400 brakes. So if you buy the car for £1,000 and you spend 6 grand on it, would you do that? I don't know. So that's one of them, I guess. And it weighs 1,137, so it is a bit lighter. But yeah, yes, that is. I'm gonna leave it at 5. You know, I'm gonna leave it at 5. There is definitely a lot more that I could do. If you would like to see a potential another 5, so my 5 to 10, let me know what you think. I just want to like make the video a bit more better. It's a bit, for me, on what I watch, I kind of try and learn from what I watch that I wouldn't like, and I just don't know how to make this here now, what's going on, any better, really, unless I actually got each individual car lined up, but the odds of that happening are unrealistic. So yeah, my top 5 cars. If I had 5 grand now, I probably wouldn't say the Astra because I've owned one and I've done it, but if I had 5 grand now, I would be buying an EP3 Type R, a relatively cheap one, so probably about 2 grand, 2.5 grand, and I would use that other 2.5 grand to be putting a supercharger or a turbo on it. I think that's what I'd do if I was in that price range. So this was my top 5 hot hatches. So I hope it was like, if anyone's looking for a car, they can look into these vehicles. Obviously I haven't gone across over the issues that they have, reliability issues and stuff. So would you want it more in depth? What do you think? If you thought it was crap, please let me know, because obviously I don't want to produce crap content. I'm not like that. I want to be like a normal. I want you to relate to my videos basically, so I don't want you to think, oh, he's a knobhead and he just thinks he can get what he wants. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I do really appreciate it during this hard time. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe more than anything. And if you enjoy the Megane videos I put out, I've just actually set up a Megane playlist, so I'll link it over here or here, dependent on where it actually happens. So yeah, thank you all for watching. You're amazing. Peace out, stay safe and stay at home. Peace.